I've been hearing a lot of talk about crypto being revitalized in the United States. I'm going to cover that at the very end, and you might be surprised at my answer. But first, let's go over some very bullish news, especially for at least this cycle. Guys, doesn't matter what happens during the short term, like price wise, whatever. We are in a massive bull market. These are how things are. Back in, I think it was 2020 and 21, that bull market, we had, it was about over 3 months worth of pretty much range bound. Right now, we are at 2.5, just over 2.5 months. Going back to the bullish news here, short-term bullish news. Goldman Sachs says Bitcoin's ETFs have been an astonishing success and a big psychological turning point. Well, probably. I don't think it's a big psychological turning point. I think what is happening right now is people are being onboarded to BlackRock and these other institutions, and that's going to continue. So people are going to be buying a derivative of Bitcoin. They're not going to be buying actual Bitcoin. Moving on, we have Vijay Boyapati on Twitter. He's a great guy to follow. He says it's incredibly important to understand Bitcoin is not a piece of software like Microsoft Word to be endlessly tinkered with. It's a protocol for value transfer. It's an immutable foundation on which to build a new monetary order. It is a new monetary order, essentially. And now that doesn't include the state, okay? The state is usually the place where, you have your central banks that are printing your currency and setting interest rates. Well, this isn't happening anymore with Bitcoin. It's a deflationary currency, and it's going to continue that way. Every 4 years it halves as well for the emission rate, which is unheard of. So yeah, very, very bullish on that. Moving on, we have healthcare company Semler Scientific stock rose 30% after adopting Bitcoin as primary treasury asset. So what is who cares, right? Well, you should care, because other companies are probably going to do the same thing. Especially, they're going to have pressure on their shareholders to go ahead and do this, to rise the price of shares. So yeah, that's a big deal. And I'm looking forward to more and more companies realizing how valuable Bitcoin is. Lastly, let's talk about the vitality of crypto in the United States. So right now in the United States, they are down to 4 crypto exchanges, and they're all being sued by the SEC. This is what is happening. So you're having a bifurcation right now. You're having a fork in the road where you have the centralized Bitcoin, crypto, whatever, and then you have the decentralized folks. So the centralized folks are going to go with, BlackRock. They're going to go with most people are too lazy to go ahead and figure out how to buy Bitcoin, how to store their own Bitcoin, how to transact. So what are they going to do? They're going to go to BlackRock. They will choose custody solutions, so they don't have to worry about Bitcoin, and they don't have to learn about any of it. This is exactly what is going to happen. And I personally, neither should you, think that is very bullish. Guys, it's dying in the United States. Crypto is dying, in my opinion, in the United States. You may disagree all you want, but you know what? I've been in this space a very long time. I've seen its slow demise. And then you saw Binance.us. And so if you are a part of our learningcrypto.com, our CT club, where you get our trade alerts, our portfolio updates, we get to see when we're buying, when we are selling. One of the biggest questions that I've had in the past is, how do I buy this or that coin? Because I'm a US citizen. Guys, it's only going to get worse. When you see more and more regulatory clarity, that means more and more regulation is going to come down the pike. And that's not very good, in my opinion. I think that's why you're seeing a lot of people moving overseas, a lot of crypto companies moving overseas. They don't want to put up with this. Anyways, that's all I have. Please like and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.